Okay, so today we're going to go over the closed grip bench press and the reverse grip bench press. Okay, the biggest issue with the closed grip bench press is determining where to position your hands on the bar. Okay, when you watch a lot of Instagram videos or YouTube videos, you watch their hand positions and sometimes you look and go, wow, their hands really don't look much closer together. And they're really not. They're doing a narrow grip bench press, not a closed grip bench press. Okay, there's a difference. Okay, so I'm going to do what I consider a true closed grip bench press. I've got 225 on the bar. It's just my warm-up weight. And you want to have your hands fairly close together. Not too close together that the weight becomes unstable and begin to tilt to one side or the other. But you want to have them close enough together that you're taking the chest out of the movement, or mostly out of the movement, as far as of power. Okay, so generally on a bar you have knurling on the bar here and usually in the middle. Okay, and there's a space in between. So I like to keep my hands between 12 and 14 inches apart from the inside of my palm or my hand to the other inside of my hand. Okay, you will feel it in the triceps. Okay, the closed grip bench press is one of the best tricep building and as far as size and strength builders that you can do aside from dips. This one actually probably a little more than dips, because dips, especially when you lean forward, incorporate chest. Okay, if you do dips and you lean back and try to take the chest out of it, it's still a good overall tricep builder because it works all three heads of the tricep, but so does the closed grip bench press. So I'll show you my form. Okay, underneath the bar, just like a normal boot. And you see my, may not be able to see it, but knurling is right here. Okay, on the bar, and my hands are about 14 inches apart, maybe 12 to 14. See, a lot of times you're going to see guys where their normal bench press hand position is about here, and then they come into about here for a closed grip, or maybe here. Okay, I'm coming in all the way here so that my thumb and my index finger are wrapped around the smooth part of the bar. Okay, and you just pick up and drop, pause, and lift. Okay, now you can do that for reps, or you can do that for me, I do it more for my warm-up will usually be 3 to 4 reps, and then I'll go for 1 rep maxes from beyond there, and usually top out close to 400. I usually hit my max right now on that I've done on a closed grip bench press is 390 pounds, and where my hand position just was. Okay, it's a like I said, this movement is a huge tricep builder. Really assists with your bench press. Okay, it's a major helper with your bench press. Okay, now for the reverse grip bench press, that's a completely different story, because your body position has to be different than when you do a traditional bench press. Okay, so what you have to do is kind of push the bench back a little bit, because your body position's going to be a lot different. Okay, so I still have 225 on the bar. Okay, I'm trying to get it so you can actually see, and there's actually some lighting. Okay, but what I'm going to do here is set this up so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so here's my bar, and I want you to pay close attention to where my body position is. Okay, because if you try to do a reverse grip bench press from a traditional bench press position under the bar, it can be very dangerous because when you're doing the reverse grip bench press, most of the weight is being carried here between the index and the thumb, okay, and some of it resting on your palm instead of the opposite way, where you have a lot more strength, okay. So you want to be very careful with this. First few times you do it, no matter how light you go, you definitely have one of spotter with you. It may be even good to chalk up your hands. But as you can see, I'll lay down here. I'm back behind the weight, okay? I have the bar already over my sternum. Instead of being back here, it's this far forward, okay? And you get your hands into a normal bench press position, okay? And you lift, okay? Drop it down to the sternum, pause, and lift. Okay, so you see my line is here. It goes from my sternum up, okay? Whereas in a normal bench press, I'd be way up here and the bar would be basically almost directly over my eyes. So there's a big difference, okay? You're going to want to practice the reverse grip bench press a few times, probably just with the empty bar, or maybe a set of 10s or maybe even 25s, depending on your strength level, before you start loading heavy, okay? I can do 360 on a reverse grip. Actually, I think I could do a little heavier than that. I haven't done them. It's not part of my routine right now, but when I was doing them as part of my chest day, I was actually, I think 370 was the most I ever did on a reverse grip bench press for a single. And it's a great tricep builder, especially works the inner triceps and the front delts, of course. Any chest movement works the front delts, but it really, you'll feel it in your inner triceps a lot more. Obviously, because anytime you do a reverse grip type movement, whether it be reverse grip push downs or overhead presses, reverse grip, or reverse grip skull crushers, anything like that, it's focusing more so, it's doing the whole tricep, but it's focusing most of the strain and stress on the inner triceps, okay? And it's a great workout. If you've never done one before, you should see some significant gains from this movement, as well as the closed grip. Sometime like today, I'm going to be doing my closed grip bench presses on my tricep day, okay? I vary my routines from time to time, so I'll go through a cycle where I do my regular flat bench work, then I'll go to my closed grip bench press, and then I'll go to my reverse grip bench press, okay? Right now I don't have it set up that way, okay? In fact, next week I'll be going on to the Smolov Junior bench press routine to push myself further into the 400s on the bench press. So, because I've got some competitions coming, and I want to be as strong as I possibly can, and hopefully win some more medals. So, but again, this is a great workout. Start out light with the closed grip bench press and the reverse grip bench press. Okay. You can also do closed gripped reverse bench presses. Okay. Be very careful with those. Okay. Those are difficult as far as technique, and take some time to get used to, more so than just the regular reverse bench press, reverse grip bench press. So that's something you might want to work yourself into if you're really trying to build power and size into to have a nice full head tricep, where all, you know, the inner head, because the inner head is usually the most neglected part of the tricep, primarily for bodybuilders and just normal weightlifters. So if you're trying to build some size in that inner tricep, reverse grip bench presses are phenomenal for that, because it's putting a lot of heavy stress on the inner triceps. Underhanded tricep extensions are another great way to build those up, those inner triceps up. Overhead presses, as far as like cable overheads, do those reverse, do them hammer style. There's dozens and dozens of different movements to work the triceps. Okay, now don't make sure not to overtrain them. So don't do them all at once. You know what I mean? Don't do 12 different exercises for your triceps all at once. But pick 3 or 4. Do about 3 to 4 sets of each, and really hammer out your triceps. And that will build strength and power. Now, if you're looking to tone, obviously you're going to do more sets with higher reps. If you're trying to build power, you're going to obviously do less sets, or maybe even more sets with very few reps, maybe 3 to 4 reps. And then when you get into the really heavies, you can drop down to 1 or 2 reps. Okay, you don't want to go to 1 rep max every time. That can lead to overtraining and muscle tearing and tissue damage in the muscles. So, but every few weeks you want to test that 1 rep max. It's important to do that, so if you ever decide to go to a percentage style workout where you are doing 60% or 85% of your 1 rep max, you know what your 1 rep max is already. So it's a good way to get that baseline. Okay, so but again, very effective part of any tricep or chest building routine, or as far as chest strength routine, to build up your bench. It's a good way to add it. Again, dips are another great one for that. But it's a simple method. You could do this on any bench press machine, including, I even say this with a grain of salt, even a Smith machine. But when you first start to learn to do these, or first try these out, the Smith machine isn't the worst thing to use to try to learn how to do a closed grip and a reverse grip, or a closed grip reverse, because you're getting balance. The machine's going to help you balance out, and once you feel comfortable doing it on those machines, then you can go to of course the free weights, because this forces your hands with this to stay this way. If you try to do this with dumbbells, it's going to be a lot more difficult, because your hands are going to have a tendency to twist out of that straight position to maybe like this or this. So you really want to do it with a straight bar. Okay, you don't want to do it with dumbbells if you can still help it. I wouldn't do it. I mean, it's a straight bar is the best way to go. Easy curl bars and things like that have different angles. You can try those to hit them from maybe 45s or 90 degrees. I mean, it's just, there's different ways you can do this, but start with the basics, see how you respond. Keep a log of what your weights are, what your starting weights are, what your goal weight is as far as how much you want to lift, and work your way towards that. And of course, also eat correctly and take in proper supplementation if you can, to help with your base nutrition that should be coming from natural food sources, fresh vegetables, fruits, whole grains, of course your carbohydrates, proteins, fish, chicken, vegetable proteins. There's a lot of alternatives out there. There's rice protein, there's vegetable protein, there's soy protein. There's a lot of alternatives to dairy proteins like casein and whey. So I have another video already on YouTube about whey alternatives for those whose stomachs are sensitive to whey, which is actually a large part of the community, supplement community. It's kept fairly quiet because obviously it would affect the whey supplement industry if people knew how many people were actually sensitive to whey or casein proteins. There's also egg white proteins. The problem with egg white proteins is they usually taste like crap, but they're good for cooking. You can add them into oatmeal, smoothies. I wouldn't just take egg white protein and water. It tends not to blend as well as whey protein. It tends to clump a little bit, even with a shaker bottle. But you can add it into yogurts, like I said, and use it in baking cookies or whatever, baking muffins or biscuits. You can add it as a substitute because it is just pure egg white powder. So you add a little bit of water, boom, you got egg whites. So as far as in a baking atmosphere. So give that a try. Try this out. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment.